everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am doing, there's some like really funky lighting going on, hold on. I am doing another sit down video with you all today because it is rainy outside. It's a little rainy Sunday, which is the perfect fall weather for this video. So please ignore the mess on my bed. I've been doing some deep cleaning. Actually, I'm just gonna get it out of the frame so you don't have to look. For today's video, I wanted to do a super casual fall watch list. Every season, usually except spring, I make a watch list. So obviously I have like a winter watch list, a fall watch list, a summer watch list, because I'm obsessed with movies and TV shows, and it motivates me to watch seasonal things that I enjoy and that make me happy. So I am going to give you guys the rundown of my fall watch list must items. Okay, so these range from movies and TV shows that have the fall aesthetic to classic Halloween cult classic movies. I'm so sorry about the weird shadows that are going on. I'm not really sure why, but we're going with it. So the first classic movie, of course, is Hocus Pocus. I watch Hocus Pocus every single year on October 1st without fail. And I watched it this year on October 1st. And it never fails to make me happy. Hocus Pocus is probably the movie that I watch the most throughout the month of October. I just watch it a ton, like way too much. And it's always on like cable, so whenever I'm home or just cable is on, it's like tends to always be on TV. So I always catch different parts of it and I watch it a lot. It's easy to put on in the background. And I'm also in love with Max Dennison, if anyone wanted to know. The next thing that is on my fall watch list is every single Halloween Town movie. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you all know that I do a Halloween Town marathon every single year. And I literally pick a weekend, like I pick a day and I watch it. Usually it's a Saturday and I watch every single one. Halloween Town 1, Halloween Town 2, which is my favorite, Halloween Town High, and Return to Halloween Town. Every single one of them is good. The best Halloween movies. If I had to get rid of every other Halloween movie in order to keep the 4 of those, I would be content. Next is Twitches 1 and Twitches 2, classic Disney Channel Halloween watches. Yeah. The next one is a fall aesthetic show that I feel like everyone agrees must be watched in the fall, and that is Gilmore Girls. I tend to start Gilmore Girls. I am so sorry, the shadows are so horrible right now. I think it's because it's raining outside, so like the lighting is funky and my light is like having issues. But I tend to watch Gilmore Girls starting in September. I know a lot of people, it's like their October 1st watch. Speaking of, I haven't changed my calendar to say October yet. Oh my god, because I literally just got home from the weekend. But I always watch it in September to kind of start the fall vibes, because it's a perfect fall show. Like the fall aesthetic is Gilmore Girls. Like it just is. I could talk about how that show goes downhill, but this is not the time. This is not the time for that. The first season is pure fall, like literally fall in a jar is that show. Next thing on my fall watch list are all of the Disney Channel Halloween episodes, specifically like the Ant Farm one. I was never a big Ant Farm fan, but I love their Halloween episode. The Wizards one is good. There's just, when we were growing up, they made stellar Halloween episodes for shows, and I like to watch all of them to remind myself of how good they were. The next one is a movie that I just watched with my roommates a couple days ago. They had never seen it. I always watch it because it makes me happy. And it's definitely a like fall show or a fall movie and a winter movie. Like you can two-time it because some of it takes place in the fall and some of it takes place in the winter. But it's When Harry Met Sally. Literally, words can express the butterflies that movie gives me. Next is a movie that I have not seen in a really long time, but my roommate reminded me of it, and it is the DCOM Girl vs. Monster. I do remember watching that when it premiered. I can't remember if I enjoyed it or not, but we're gonna watch it again this Halloween season, and I will let you all know how I feel. The next 2 films are cult classics for this time of year, and they are E.T. and Dead Poets Society. Dark academia, aka the aesthetic of Dead Poets Society, is fall. so it must be watched in the fall, and I feel like a lot of people kind of revisit that movie around this time of year. And then E.T. Isn't any time of the year watch, but it specifically hits different in the fall, especially because, you know, they dress up E.T. as a ghost for Halloween, and it's about an alien, so it just like matches the Halloween vibe, you know. Next is a movie that I have not seen in a while. I have seen it once, and it was probably like 5 to 7 years ago, so it's been a while. I cannot recall the plot, so therefore it's on my list for this year, and it's Practical Magic. I hear it is a fantastic film for this time of year, and I cannot believe I haven't seen it in a while. So we're gonna watch Practical Magic, and I will report back. The next film is another just like fall aesthetic movie that hits different when you watch it in the fall, and it is Remember the Titans. To go along with Remember the Titans, the film Rudy, if you're a Notre Dame football fan or just a sports movie fan, Rudy hits different in the fall. Both on my watch list. And I've already watched Rudy this year because I just went to a Notre Dame football game, and it is tradition that I watch Rudy before I go see a Notre Dame football game every year. So yes. Movie is also one that you could watch in the wintertime. I never do, but I know people do, and it is Edward Scissorhands. But of course for Halloween, it's a must-watch. Classic Johnny Depp film. Good stuff. I like and I enjoy it. Tim Burton classic. The next one is also a fall and winter watch, mainly because I like to annoy the crap out of people and say that they must watch this movie during the season, because I want to watch it all the time and make all of my friends watch it and be obsessed with it too. It's the Greta Gerwig adaptation of Little Women. When I tell you, I literally talk about this film all the time and how obsessed I am with it. But I am incredibly obsessed with Little Women. I saw it 3 times in theaters. Any excuse to watch it. And in the fall, it definitely hits different. And in the winter, I feel like it almost hits more different in the winter than it does in the fall. But I want to watch it, so I'm putting it on my fall watch list. And I want you all to watch it too. Next film on my watch list is Knives Out. Fantastic film. I don't even need to say anymore. To go on with the sports movie trend, The Blind Side is a really good fall watch, and if you need a really good cry. The next one is the Charlie Brown films. It's the Charlie Brown, I think it's called The Great Pumpkin, I think, something like that, and then Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Both good ones to watch, especially if they're like tradition in your family and they give you any sense of nostalgia. So good. The next 3 are marathons, marathon must-haves for the fall season. My roommates and I plan to have a Hunger Games marathon. I have Hunger Games marathons a lot throughout the year, but I try to always at least have one in October, as well as Twilight. We have already decided that both of those marathons are occurring, and a Harry Potter marathon with the roommates is also in the works. I have seen the first 3 Harry Potter movies. I describe myself as a Harry Potter hater, but for no other reason than the fact that I want to be not like other girls, right? I want to be a Harry Potter hater. And I was a Harry Potter hater because I didn't understand. Can the train stop? I'm trying to talk about Harry Potter. Oh my god, we know you're there. I was a Harry Potter hater because I didn't understand the hype. I didn't. And then my English teacher in high school forced us to watch the first 2 movies. I did try to read the first book when I was younger. I did not enjoy it. I barely finished that thing. The first 2 movies were good though, and then I just recently saw the 3rd movie for one of my friend's birthdays, and I will say that the 3rd movie is probably my favorite. It's good. I haven't seen the other ones though, so we're gonna have a Harry Potter marathon. Yes. This next film, I feel like it's very underrated, and it's so good. My parents introduced me to this film when I was younger, and it is the perfect fall aesthetic movie, and if you just need like a feel-good family rom-com, this is the film for you. It is Dan in Real Life. Steve Carell is in it. He's fantastic in it, and it is just a good film. It's just a good film, and you should watch it. The next one is actually one I have never seen before, and it is Autumn in New York. I plan to watch it mostly because Autumn in New York, just in general, sounds like a great experience, and putting that into film form, I'll probably love it, and I'm sure it's a rom-com, so. The next 3 movies are also, I feel like, cult classics for the Halloween time, and they are Beetlejuice, The Addams Family, and Sixth Sense. And Sixth Sense is if people say that they don't like horror movies, but they want to watch one for Halloween, I always recommend The Sixth Sense. It's so well done, so good. And if you have not yet had the ending spoiled to you by pop culture, watch the movie before you do, because it's good. This next film, I believe, is one of my mom's favorite movies, but I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through. And if I have, I didn't know that I was watching it. But it is Steel Magnolias. This was on a fall watch list when I was creating a list for this video. And apparently it's a good fall watch, so I will have to watch it and report back. Next is a TV show. It's also my favorite TV show, Gossip Girl. This is a later in the fall season watch for me because I try to kind of time it up with Thanksgiving because I enjoy watching the Thanksgiving episodes around Thanksgiving time and heading into Christmas. But for some reason, Gossip Girl just hits different when the weather is crisp outside. It just does. Next is The Shining. This is also one that's kind of creepy to watch if you watch it in the winter time, but I also really enjoy watching it in the fall. The Shining, a classic horror movie. It's so good. You have to watch it. That's why it's on this list. Next is Don't Look Under the Bed, which I believe is a DCOM, but I haven't seen it before. So I'm gonna watch it. Now we have Poltergeist, the original. I have not seen the new version, nor do I plan to, because the original is just too good. Yeah. This next movie is one that I'm really excited to watch. I think I wanted to watch it last year, but I didn't want to like pay to watch it, so I didn't. But after Miss Olivia Rodrigo released her Good For You music video, I'm even more hyped to watch this, and it is Jennifer's Body. I hear this movie is so good, and I finally want to understand the Good For You references, so I'm gonna watch Jennifer's Body. I don't really know if it's like a horror movie. I think it is, but it was on a Halloween watch list that I found, and I was like, oh. So I'm gonna watch it. Also, Megan Fox is a queen, so why wouldn't I want to watch it? This next movie is one that I literally just watched, and it is Monster House. This movie has a lot of nostalgia associated with it for me personally, and like for my family personally, so I enjoy watching it and kind of like reflecting back on what I used to think about it as a child. That movie used to terrify the crap out of me, and now looking back I'm like, girly. But it's good. I also never realized that the voice cast, like the cast of that movie is phenomenal. Like it's so, like they have so many big names, and I didn't realize it. There's like Maggie Gyllenhaal, Sheep Buscemi. It's a lot of people, and a lot of like, if you're my age, there's like Mitchell Musso is the main guy, and I can like see his face, but I can't remember who plays Chowder, but he's like a bigger name too. There's just a big cast of people. I have 2 more on the list, and they are I Know What You Did Last Summer and Ginger Snaps. So I have never seen I Know What You Did Last Summer. It was also one that I tried to watch last fall, but I also do not want to pay for it. But hopefully this year I can find it on some sort of streaming service to watch. And then the last movie is Ginger Snaps. Listen, girly, I have to tell you about this movie. So if you've ever seen Another Cinderella Story, the twins, the stepsisters from Another Cinderella Story are the main leads of this movie. And I didn't realize, like I knew the one sister was in the movie, but I didn't realize the other sister played her sister in this movie. Like they're sisters both in the movie, and I didn't realize the second one was in the movie as well until a couple weeks ago when I was researching. But Ginger Snaps, I had, where do I even begin? I don't know what year this movie's from. It has to be from like the early 2000s, I guess, time-wise, with Another Cinderella Story. But for my film class last fall semester, my professor had this film, like if we watched it and read a report on it, we would get extra credit, and he was like, it's a Halloween movie. So I was like, okay, I'll watch it. This movie is a trip. It is so bizarre. I just want to share it with the world. Please watch it. It is the most bizarre film I think I've ever watched. I cannot even like if someone asked me what the plot was, I don't even know what I would say. I really don't even know what I would say. Please just watch it. Please just watch it. If you're not gonna do it for me, do it for the fact that the twins from Another Cinderella Story are in it, and it just makes it all the better. It is, I thought like the title Ginger Snaps, I thought it was about like, when I read it, or when I read the title, I was like, oh, like it's some sort of like, I don't know, like not like someone snapping, but I thought like, oh, maybe it's like a term or like a game or something. No, Ginger, she snaps. She snaps. It is a wild movie, and therefore I'm going to make all of my friends watch it and sit through it like I had to. Oh man, I think I sometimes that movie pops into my head and I'm just like, please get out. That is it for my fall watch list video. It is a simple video because I have a pretty busy life right now, but I wanted to give you all movie recommendations. I will have my Letterboxd account linked down below. If you are a big movie buff like I am, follow me on Letterboxd. If you want to sponsor me, hit me up. That would be wonderful. That would be so cool because I love Letterboxd. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and happy fall movie watching. Bye.